Busy people and lots of yellies, Worcester hipsters and fed up townies. We have more than pizza in common, with two rocks for bookends. New Haven, New Haven, New Haven, between two rocks.
Welcome, everybody, back to the Between Two Rocks podcast. This is part 2 of the podcast with Matt Fantastic, the owner of Elm City Games and Pretty's Princess Games. This episode is a little more lighthearted. We get into our favorite pizza and board games and all that fun stuff. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Cool. All right. I think that's good. Yeah. All right. Sweet. So
pizza. I have a pizza tattoo. Did you guys know that?
I did not. But I might have known that, actually. I've seen a bunch of your tattoos.
It's on my like thigh.
Yeah, probably not then. You know, depends how many jorts you've worn, I guess.
I have strong opinions about pizza.
Yeah, I got that.
I have strong opinions about basically everything I have an opinion about.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's just
this is the best fucking podcast of all time.
Wow, well, that's great news. Yeah.
Fuck you, Radiolab.
Yeah, that's right. With your professional microphones and on-topic discussions.
Ooh, thousands of tiny edits an episode.
Cool. So Matt wanted to do a pizza.
Josh Abumrad, is that
what?
Josh Abumrad?
What?
You guys don't listen to Radiolab?
No, not really.
Oh, it's really good.
Is that the name of the host?
Well, it's Jed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Josh, I changed it up.
Gotcha.
It was funny if you listened to Radiolab.
Right.
Why did you laugh at my Radiolab jokes if you don't even fucking listen to Radiolab?
I've listened to Radiolab.
Christ, man.
Listen to it sometimes.
I don't know Josh Jed.
Well, it's a very heavily edited program with a lot of threaded editing. It's a real benchmark type production.
Yeah. So, first of all, we usually
it's
play
all
a
the
game.
things that Between Two Rocks is not. That's
right. So we usually play a game called Fuck, Marry, Kill, but you have an issue with this.
Yeah, I just think it's shitty.
Okay, just like a shitty name for a game. Basically.
No, it's just a shitty concept, right?
Okay.
Like what is the concept here that like you can't marry people that you want to fuck? Like it's you're reinforcing the horrific Madonna whore dichotomy, and it's shitty, man.
Yeah. Well, I guess fair enough. Because I like the idea of like rating things by like one thing you really like you really love, one thing you're like, yeah, I'll fuck with that, and then one thing you're like, that's kind of overrated.
That's great.
I mean?
That's great. I'm into that, but just don't make it about like human.
Do you want
to
call it?
Well, they're not about. We've never done it about
okay,
humans.
bad.
Yeah.
Wait, is it okay? So it's Fuck, Marry, Kill, IKEA, Raymore and Flanagan's, and Bob's Furniture. Is that where we're at?
Exactly what it is.
Is it really?
Yes. I wouldn't do it about people. That would be horrifying.
No, that's creepy.
Yeah. Oh, fuck you guys. Are you serious, though?
No, I am serious,
yeah.
I guess.
Why the fuck didn't you tell me that before when I was complaining
stay
about
on your high horse.
No, I was complaining. I was like complaining about this being a thing, and Josh was like, yeah, you can complain about it on the podcast.
No. Yeah,
and I'm like,
it didn't occur to me.
Well, yeah, like, I mean, I still don't like the framing device because it is based in a sort of like horrific
I agree
sort
with
of thing.
But
it's weird, right? Well, there's a weird.
I don't care for it just because I think it's dumb, but
there's a weird.
Well, you guys come up with a better game.
No,
right?
there's kind of a weird reclamation thing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm much more understanding and decidedly mixed about it, and not at all.
Decidedly mixes. Best I could
Did you think we were doing notable New Haven personalities or something?
Yeah. So traffic czar Doug, Bun Lai, and Prince John.
Wow, stuffy. No, we don't do it about people, but I guess I liked the idea of the framing of just like, I don't know.
I mean, it's fun. No, it's fun. It's fun. I get it.
I'm just trying to think of fun New Haven games.
Here's the thing. Here's a couple things.
You're a game guy. You tell me.
Well, so here's a couple things that I've done on other shows.
Okay.
One is you get into like a fight scenario or a contest, and you can define it as like a fight, or you can define it as like, okay, like which pizza place is going to be best on American Gladiators.
Okay.
Right. It's just as stupid.
Yeah. Some would argue
and you're
stupider.
like, and you're yeah.
Yes.
Well, listen. Oh yeah, you want to put your dick in a pizza place?
Pepperoni is stronger.
How highbrow, Josh. I want to put my dick in modern, but I'm going to let Pepe's pay my bills. Like, no shit.
No, it's more like, what's one pizza place you could live with forever? What is the one that you fuck with at 2 a.m? And what is the one you're like, really? People like that fucking thing? But
modern, brick oven, Pepe's.
Okay, there you go.
Done.
Done. We've already done ours, so we're not going to do it again. So it's good.
Wait, hold on. I want one of you to decide which one of you agrees with me most.
We actually both had the same answer, so I think so. We're close. Because we both picked modern number 1, so like that was...
it was a modern, fuck with bar, kill Pepe's, I said.
I think I said kill Sally's just because I don't know Sally's.
You're real wrong.
I just wanted to swing at the king.
Yeah, so we're basically the
I've also
same.
never...
Except I actually put bar... So I said brick oven, and I love Kadir. He's great. But like, Kadir is the best pizza you can get at midnight.
Right. It's a
like,
yeah.
And I love that place. I've eaten so much brick oven over the years.
Yeah.
But like bar, I actually consider in the like I'm going to go there in the afternoon. Yeah, like they're a
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Like bar is great. Like bar is awesome
the
pizza.
Big 4.
Yeah, they are 100% in that top tier of like really great classic pizza.
Yeah.
I think Delania is in that, getting into that mix. They've been coming on strong. They got those weird fucking fig pizzas and stuff.
Yeah, I like Delania. I'm just like, I'm not ready to anoint them yet.
No. But they're like they're hot in the scene, right?
Yeah.
Like Zapardi's, right? Like there's these top places that are really good. I think bar is like very much in that echelon.
They're doing something kind of different.
Yeah, like brick oven is who I fuck with at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
And I love it, and it's the best.
Yeah.
And anyone that is awake in the evening, like, get it from brick oven. Also, brick oven, if you are in need, this is very true. Brick oven is by a million miles the best pizza place that delivers.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah,
so
especially when it's 3 a.m.
They'll deliver whenever, but like if you're at an event, you do whatever, you can't go fucking deal with like picking up pizza, or better yet, going to the place.
Yeah.
Like brick oven for all of your ordered pizza needs.
Are you plugging brick oven?
So actually, really funny. We did this show.
Are you getting paid for this?
No,
Because I was plugging Pogs earlier.
I think Pogs are great. Did you ever see Live Mike Live?
No.
So do you know Live Mike?
Sounds familiar, but
local ne'er-do-well music scene character.
Yeah.
He's great. And so he did this show that was like at Cafe 9. He shot episodes of a live late night talk show about New Haven.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
So we did a segment that was 1001 Fantastic Nights.
Okay.
Which I've actually pitched to some large companies, and it's gotten some nibbles. But
all right, nice. Yeah.
And it's basically me running around a city late at night, having adventures in the way that I would.
Yeah.
So we actually framed it. The pitches that I've been doing is framing it at like game convention stuff. So it's a cross of Insomniac and sort of like Anthony Bourdain, but about like the game industry,
or even like Billy in the Street, sort of.
I don't know what that one is.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I think I do. It's like a funny one, right? It was just asking people questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's got this crazy shouty attitude.
Yeah, less that, more theme. And not necessarily me shouting, just be interacting with the characters of the night. Shit, where was this going, man?
Nowhere. We're past it. So I guess we're not going to do Fuck, Marry, Kill because everybody hates the game. It's fine. But listeners, if you guys have a fun game, let me know, because I'm looking for new, like, I don't know. I want to do.
I'm telling you, man, pizza places.
Yeah, people like
as American Gladiators is a good one.
Okay, we'll put that in the maybe pile.
Yeah. Next episode.
One game.
See, I'm gonna go bar. I'm gonna go bar as the best pizza place for American Gladiators, because they have the most juiced up bouncers.
Yeah, for sure.
They have bouncers.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah,
like those dudes. Those dudes are winning in assault.
That's the start.
Definitely,
they have bouncers. Yeah,
they already know how to assault.
Yeah,
especially women.
Zing.
not going to get. Oh, I was trying to pitch a commercial to
agenda driven here
to sponsor Live Mike Live, because we went in there when I was like, "Hey, Kadir, like, look at us! Like, this is the greatest pizza I've ever had in my entire life. I feel like a local sponsor, Brick Oven Pizza, would like to have a word on our show."
Yeah,
and then he did not sponsor. It turns out, did not sponsor the show.
Wow, what?
Yeah. Have you ever been to a Taco Tuesday?
No. I know. I'm the worst.
You and Kadir. I tried for years
Yeah.
to get Kadir to come out to Taco Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I used to do Taco Tuesdays at my house for a long time, where I would invite basically everyone I know, and like anyone that those people would vouch for not being assholes, to my house.
Have a bunch of Chinese food.
To my house, and I would cook a meatloaf. And then chop it all up and put it into tacos.
Yep.
But yeah, basically, so I would buy like 5 to 10 pounds of like shitty taco ingredients and make tacos for everybody.
Why'd they have to be shitty?
Because I was not paying for good ones. Because here's the thing, like I don't eat meat anymore. Again, I was vegan for a really long time. But at the time, I was definitely eating meat, and you know, like 10 pounds of the pork beef mixture from Ferraro's is a lot cheaper, turns out, than some of the higher end ingredients than one might provide.
Have you ever had a cheeseburger sub?
I'm not sure, but I like the way you think.
You missed out. If you go back to your meat days, you should go back in time, eat a couple cheeseburger subs, gain about 50 pounds freshman year. I don't know. I'm not telling you how to go back in time, all right? Just do your thing.
It is the way to go, yeah. When
I do not need to gain another 15.
For people who are like,
subs.
that cheeseburger was good, but I could have used 4.5 more of those.
Oh,
and I need to get ketchup and mayo all over this thing.
Just,
No. I'm gross.
I guess shredded lettuce is good.
No, so I eat disgusting amounts of food. So like I would go to Shake Shack and I would get 2 doubles and maybe fries or a chicken sandwich.
Nice.
Yeah, no. I would eat like I have 4,000 calories at a time. Like,
yeah. When I was a fat kid, I definitely had like my Wendy's order. Like I knew it. Like I was like, all right, got to get your baked potato. That's $1.
Baked potato, really?
Sour cream, absolutely.
That was a fat kid
That's your
curveball.
starch. Oh no,
I'll have the green beans, please.
No, but that was like his healthy choice. He was like, I got the fucking potato,
right. And
now I'm eating packets of sugar.
Then you get a spicy chicken, and then you're like, well, I'm already eating chicken. I'm going to do the tenders. You know,
you got to get tender always.
And you're going to have to get.
If you go to Wendy's, if you go to Wendy's and don't get spicy nuggets, like I don't want to know you.
Right, and that's your base.
Just done.
So that's your good 1,000-calorie base right there.
I mean, unless you're not eating meat, because then you can go there and not get the spicy nuggets. But if you are eating meat.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm a pescatarian, and there's like fast food is basically a total loss. Like, there's not a lot of options out there. Like,
no.
So I don't know why you're even at Wendy's.
Except I was out in the Bay Area recently, and everywhere you went, they had like Impossible Burgers.
Oh yeah, I haven't. Have you had them?
I had a few.
Yeah, are they good?
They are not cheeseburgers.
Yeah, no.
But they are very good sandwich things.
Yeah. Well,
and they like so like. I can't get into like portobello, whatever bullshit. Fuck that noise. You might like it if you like it, and if you like it, that's fine. I'm not judging your taste, but like that is a cheeseburger substitute.
Yeah.
Like you're fucking insane.
Yeah. Right.
But Impossible Burgers, like there was no
beans, quinoa, human meat.
Yeah,
it's like fake. Yeah. All right.
It was fine. It was fine.
We have time for a couple more things. So one person asked about your familial name. Fantastic.
Yeah. So that is legally my middle name.
Okay.
So this is great. We're talking about like my marriage so much. So
this is kind of a therapist podcast. Like you don't realize it. It's just because I've been in therapy for so long. I really like to get into it. You know, I'm very open about my mental health issues.
So. Many tiered story, very short. My dad was a shitbag, corrupt cop. Like it was terrible.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, not a nice person. Took off when I was young, like terrible. But my mom kind of never got around to changing her name back. And like she always kind of wanted to, and we were like, yeah, that's cool. But it was like, she was like professional life.
Matter.
Yeah, so it just never kind of got around to it.
A lot of logistics with that.
Well, it is a huge pain in the ass, right? So it just kind of never got around to it. It was never a priority, right? And so then fast forward some years, I was getting married. And I was like, well, I don't want to, the question came up of like names, right? And I was like, well, I don't want to make you take my name. And, she's like, well, I'm kind of happy to kind of, like I want to take something, like I'm kind of into that. And I'm like, well, like, why don't we take the name of my maternal grandparents, who we moved in with when I was, pretty young. And, my grandfather was very fatherly and, all this great stuff. And also it was like a snappy name, like short, nice, to the point.
I don't think the story's as short as you think it is.
No, none of my stories are short. No. Long
story short, like
no, that was my dad. No. The longer story short was that my dad's a shitbag.
Okay.
No. This is the full. This is the name story. Yeah.
Cool.
I got to answer the question, man. I got to answer the question. Right. So turns out when you go to change your name, they ask old name and then new name. Mm-hmm. It's not like you go and they cross out your last name and are like, what is your new last name? No, it's what is your old name? What is your new name? Mm-hmm. So, like, why would you not add a bonus middle name?
Right, that makes sense.
And so I added a bonus middle name.
Yeah.
And then I was a teacher. I was teaching like middle school, a student in high school, and so I had Facebook. This was kind of a while ago, not quite 10 years ago. And I changed my name so the kids couldn't find me on Facebook. And it was like, oh, people are doing like first, middle, whatever, right? And I was like, well, that's fucking fine. Like, it's hilarious. It's stupid. It's my Facebook. No one cares, right? So it was Matt Fantastic. And then I was meeting more and more people, especially like around the city. And, you just kind of people that you're meeting and interacting with. And more and more of these people, like, I don't fucking know anyone's last name, right? I know your last name for whatever reason because I see you on Facebook a bunch, but right? Like, but people's last names from Facebook. Like, honestly, like, we're old. We're old.
Josh's
and like Facebook...
middle name is Ladybird, so he doesn't use it.
Right.
Well, the thing is that, like, I mean, we're old enough that we still use Facebook or whatever, but like it is very transformative to the way I know people, right? So you know people's names from Facebook, right? And so all these people kind of about the city were like knowing me as that I was meeting, post doing that, and I was like, I don't know, whatever, man. Like, and then like it just kind of started sticking, and people were just calling me that, and I still to this day feel super awkward when I call like the fucking barber, and I'm like, hey, it's Matt Fantastic. I feel like a fucking asshole.
As you should.
But it is snap. Yeah, you're right. No, but it's snappy, right? And so industry wise, I was doing
for
stuff.
Game design, it's a pretty good name.
Well, so what's great is I was doing some stuff a little more behind the scenes, doing manufacturing, print brokering, managing a lot of stuff over in China.
Real inside baseball stuff here, guys.
Yeah. But so I was doing that, and I was like using my my legal last name, and people were like, who the fuck is that? Like, and I'm like, we literally had beers like 2 days ago. You're fucking kidding me. Yeah. Right. And they're like, oh, Matt Fantastic. And I'm like, ugh.
You
right.
Realize you had to...
So it just really, it became a time where I really needed to kind of like, am I just going to lean into this? And so I did. And
God, I'm going to edit out all of that. I can't wait.
No, fuck you.
I might or might not. Probably funnier to leave it in. Cool.
I mean, I'm only on heavily edited.
Yeah,
whatever. Fuck you guys. I've had a bunch of drinks because it's not like I started drinking when I got here.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's also not like I started smoking and eating weed when I got here either.
Hell
so it's a day. It was a work day, man.
All right, for most people, I guess. Yeah, for people who didn't make terrible choices on Tuesday. I was going to get into it, but then I was sort of afraid.
I worked very hard. I worked very hard today.
Yeah, that's good. I worked very hard yesterday, so that was pretty good. Okay, so we're going to play one quick game before we get out of here. This is already...
Wait, hold on. Were there other questions? You can split me up, man. Act like you got content for the week after.
What do you mean? How much data do we need? No, because somebody asked about pickling, and like, get out of here with that.
Oh, pickling. Yeah, no, that was really funny because
You're really feeding the beast here with these internet questions.
The pickle... Hold on. The pickle thing is great. The pickle thing is great because we made pickles once.
Yeah.
And then we brought them to an event at Luck and Levity. Yeah. And then I guess this dude like met me and I was like, have some pickles we made. Right. And now he's like, oh, you're like a dude that pickles. And I'm like, no, man, like we did it once and I guess you had them.
That's right. You take a shit on the floor at one party and you're like the guy who shits at parties. Like, it's bullshit. Like, I don't know how to relitigate
it's Josh shit.
Every
it's
time.
Josh shit.
The only question we didn't answer was from my friend Dan, who asked.
Oh, Dan, about the game stuff.
Yeah, about the rise of popularity.
Oh, and then games. Doug sassed us. Doug had a wrong answer.
Doug posted about the invasion of German board games. Yeah, I mean,
Doug, that happened in like the mid to late 90s.
Yeah, that was like Catan.
Exactly. Yeah. Those games came out in the 90s.
Because I've definitely like noticed that like I have some normie friends. I think of them as Colin is one of them. You know what I mean? And so like they're not as like nerdy, but they like I'm like, oh, let's play this board game. And I think when people like first see like some of these games, like Seven Wonders, they're like,
I would marry Seven Wonders. That would be my pick.
Well, so I actually hate that game. But here's
I expected that. It's mainstream.
Actually, no, it's fine. It's fine. I don't need an industry drama.
Poor balance.
So
game design.
Maybe we are
going to
split this into 2 episodes because it's like a lot.
No, so the thing is with games, right? Like, everybody likes games. You just might not like what you think of as games. Yeah. But you like games, man.
Yeah, my dad always like, I hate games. And I'm like, I mean, he might because he is.
Does he watch sports?
Yeah, he does a bit. He used to more.
So you like games, man. Yeah. Like, it's fun. And it's fine if you don't want to play it. It's whatever. But it's like everybody likes fun, right? And games are ostensibly, other than mine, are about having
Colin doesn't like fun. Yeah, he's shaking his head.
No fun, not ever. Actually, check out Enemies List Home Recordings. My friend does a label that's like really weird, amazing music. And he sells shirts that say no fun, not ever. Nice. Great. You should get into those.
I did see an awesome bumper sticker when I was in Columbus, Ohio, which was honk if you like dying and being dead. And I just thought it was great.
I'm gonna find that guy.
So did you honk?
So
it was just parked, so no.
So I fly to Columbus on Wednesday, a week from today.
Nice. Very white city.
I will find that guy.
Nice, yeah. Cool.
It's great because we're there for a convention, but also every year it is a Pride weekend.
Okay, nice.
And Columbus is pretty rad.
Yeah, no, Columbus is a cool city. Yeah,
especially, I mean, like it's way better than I thought for like flyover states. Like it's
it's just like I got there and I was like,
place.
It was not super diverse. Like it's a lot of white people, and I guess I didn't realize.
That's like America,
right? Exactly. But living in New Haven,
not in cities,
right? Living in New Haven for 7 years, I guess I've gotten used to it, and then I'm like, what did you guys do with all?
So here's the thing. Is it New Haven?
Midwest,
so New Haven is actually the most representative of the nation, in terms of like diversity stuff, right? So
most demographically. So, but the thing
is that like the majority of Americans live in like very small areas of America, right? And the vast majority of America is filled with assholes. And so
hard to argue.
You go to these places and it's like, it's all white people and they're like, this is real American. It's like, nah, man. Yeah. Like, nah.
Maybe in your 40s, 50s, Leave It to Beaver episodes. But
well, and also this shit about like, oh, well, like we need to listen to like farmers. Like if we go to like a fucking popular vote system, that means that like rural people won't get their voice heard. And it's like, you know what? Fuck you, man. Yeah. Like, so my voice in the city shouldn't be heard as much because you're a fucking moron and are clinging to shit like the 3/5 compromise. So like maybe let's advance the Constitution a touch. Maybe it's not.
We got to talk constitutional law right now.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not the most unassailable document ever.
Yeah, so it literally came with 10 amendments. So like, I don't know why people act like.
No, we can't. The founders, though. But the founders, Josh, they had thoughts.
If there's one thing I learned from School Ties, starring, I think Danny DeVito's in it. Is he the homeless guy?
I don't even remember. What are you talking
Family
about?
Ties? What are you talking about?
Fraser. And School Ties. No, what is it called? Brendan Fraser's in it. They're all in Harvard, and like there's like a homeless guy.
Are you talking about Good Will Hunting?
No, I'm not. Brendan Fraser is definitely in this, along with some girl named Maura something or other. And anyway,
come on.
I think Danny DeVito or somebody gives a great speech about how what really makes America great is its ability to be amended. The amendments. That was the.
We can cut this out, no problem. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
Oh, see, here's the thing.
Chop, chop. Welcome back.
Fuck, marry, kill. New Haven's 3 judges.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna marry Goff.
Definitely.
Yeah, starring. Oh, Matt Damon was in it too, and he was like the bad guy. Yeah, 1992, School Ties. Brilliant. God, you can't believe you guys never saw it.
I was 10.
Yeah.
Are we the same age?
I was 12, so I'm 37. So
I'm 36.
Yeah. So
wait, if you're 37, how were you?
Well, 92. I don't know. I guess I was a year younger. I don't know. When is your birthday?
April.
Well, there you go. You already aged this year. I'm gonna turn 38 in November. Oh God.
Calendar months, everybody.
Is this what I? Is this what I have to look forward to?
I mean, if you turn into me, that'd be quite the feat. So, did we ever discuss like why board games are popular now? Just like...
Oh yeah, so board games are popular because people like fun, and I feel like a generation that has really accepted digital gaming already. So like the quote unquote digital natives, gaming as a concept is very like fine, right? Like there's no stigma attached to gaming. There may still be stigmas attached to nerd shit.
Yeah,
but I don't play nerd shit. I'm just into like Cards Against Humanity and shit, right? So gaming, but even beyond that, like just gaming overall has become a much more normalized thing to be into, not in a way that is like sort of like subculture specific, right? Like people are into games that aren't gamers, right? Like I feel like a while back with certainly like hobby board games and stuff, people be like, oh, what are you into? And you're like, oh, I'm totally a gamer, right? Like now people play games and it's not like an identity.
Now, what is a good way to tell people I absolutely do not want to play Cards Against Humanity?
So what I say, well, it depends on who they are, right?
Yeah.
So in the shop, we don't allow people to play it in Elm City Games. Actually,
really?
Oh,
How come?
Yeah, because too
much homophobic bullshit.
There's a lot of reasons. I have complicated feelings about it because I'm actually friends with some of the people, and there's more nuance to it than there needs to be. But I feel like it is a product of an earlier stage of awareness about the world and the social, cosmos outside of one's own experiences.
I just find it boring. So
I can support my own sociopathic thoughts. I don't need somebody to like write them for me.
As a design, I agree that when the jokes are on the cards and not the people creating them, it has a very low replayability factor, right? So that's why something like Say Anything is a game where you write sort of similar types of things, and you can be as dirty or as ridiculous or serious or whatever you want, but when you're laughing about it, it's because we're laughing about these things that we did
with some friends, and that's like a game where
Telestrations is fucking brilliant. Yeah, Telestrations is brilliant. So because because you can be dirty, you can you can play it with 5-year-olds, you can and it's perfect, right?
When we played recently, it was actually so much fun because only like half of the times did it end up with dick pictures on there. The other times it was we really like
were
made it happen.
Hard to draw a bathtub or whatever.
It's and that's the thing is when the player is kind of driving that experience, it's going to be very different than when the cards are driving that experience, right? And it's like, okay, cool, like fine, like you made a joke with Hitler's dick, and like the first time I'm gonna laugh at a joke about Hitler's dick, right? But like, I'm not going to laugh at it again, man.
No,
like, like maybe the second time because it's a callback. Like, but like, you're not getting a lot of mileage out of Hitler's dick, right?
Yeah. Just because it's not that big.
Woo, woo, woo. Burr, 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 burr. And
BT are out.
But so how do you say that? Like, I mean, I think it depends on the context, right? Because like if it's somebody like you or somebody that I like know and I'm like talking about it, I'd be like, hey, here's thoughts. Like this is actually an interesting conversation that I'd love to have with you, right? Other people, it's just kind of like, hey, like it's kind of shitty. I don't really like to laugh at punching down kind of stuff.
Yeah. Are there any other games that aren't allowed?
Probably. I mean, there are, but they're like super fringe nonsense, right? Like there's like just off the top of my head, the first thing that comes to mind is if someone came in and brought Pimp the Slappening, they would also be told to not play that, but also ask to leave, I believe. As well.
Casual misogyny.
I mean, there's certainly things that people could bring that I would be like, are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
But I feel like the vast majority of people would, even without a level of self-criticism and reflection, recognize that that's like not really a thing that you're going to bring publicly, right? Whereas Cards Against Humanity, I think a lot of the things are just it's just a lack of people just aren't even thinking about it, right? Like I think the vast majority of people that enjoy Cards Against Humanity are perfectly fine people, and it's a lack of well, that's what the branding would have you think, but like like it's not a
when I say those people, that's almost always what I'm talking about.
It's just not self-critical, right? Like it's people that just aren't self-critical and not reflecting on things in that way, and it's like that's fine, like there's nothing hopefully people cross a threshold and start being that way, but like not having crossed that threshold doesn't necessarily make you a bad person.
Do people ever play basic games like Monopoly or Risk or
Clue? Oh yeah, totally.
Or do they get pogs thrown at them and slammers?
No. We are super like we are aggressively sort of like open about things. Like
really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like if somebody comes in and is talking, if you're the kind of person that comes in and talks shit about Monopoly as like a Monopoly, like you can get fucked and just not come to our place.
Who's that person that's talking like that?
I mean, there are people in there's people around that, and
Dr. McGillicuddy, we told you not to come back. Why do you keep coming back back to talk trash about Monopoly.
I hate that punching down, right? Like I'm a staunch defender of like juggalos and furries, right? Not because these are things that I'm into, but because like it's shitty. Like there are subcultures like I'm a fucking alt-right misogynist. Like, well, fuck you, right? Like that's a subculture that's shitty. But like just because you're into like shitty soda and weird face paint and bad music, like like no, but seriously though, like I mean I say that, but like
let's slow down.
But
what
like,
are we saying about ICP here?
Well, my point is, you know, like I mean I'm fucking speaking against what I actually feel.
But you're not really.
But just you know, just because you're into stuff that I'm not into. Like,
you ever see
fuck
that
me if I'm
episode?
going to give you a hard time about that, right? Like furries, right? I hate that furries are like the punching bag of like the nerd kingdom, right? Because it's like, hey man, like,
whatever.
It's not a fucking
gets you
hierarchy.
going is fine.
Well, it's not a hierarchy, right? Like, oh, like, well, I'm only into elves and dwarves, not, you know, unicorns. Like,
is that the same guy that wouldn't let me play Monopoly?
Yeah, that fucking guy.
He was sneaking in.
And also, it is always a guy, right? But you know, like, I just don't like this hierarchy of things that you're into, right?
Yeah.
What happens if someone was caught stealing from the bank in Monopoly at Elm City Games? Is that a real problem there?
That depends. A, it depends on the context, and B, it's really interesting that you should bring that up because Monopoly is about to release or just released, quote, Cheaters Monopoly, where you
thought that was Monopoly.
No, it's literally like codified in the rules in certain ways you can cheat, and then there's like chance cards that relate to all this stuff, and it's basically like a weird meta thing about how everyone cheats at Monopoly.
Wow.
Yeah,
cool.
it's really. I think Hasbro does a lot of great stuff. I really enjoy the people that I know there. But like, fuck, man, Cheaters Monopoly is like, that's like some real meta shit. Like, I really like that is. I was surprised. Like they do great work, but that was one where I was
the original
like,
was like a criticism of capitalism, right? So we probably need a refresher in terms of how
it's just it's fucking brilliant.
I think they should make a Clue board game based on the movie.
They should actually. Did you hear they're remaking it? They just announced. I think they just announced they're remaking it with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh God, is that a real thing?
I just swear to God, I saw it. I didn't
choice.
investigate it very deeply, but I saw it come across my internets.
All right, I want to play a couple games. We're definitely going to split this into 2 episodes. I bet at this point because we're coming on an hour and a half, and it's just too long. So we're going to play 2 games, and then we're going to kill this guy.
I really need to pee. I've been drinking a lot of beer.
Okay, so I guess we'll go fast.
I like listening to myself talk more than I need to pee.
I still want to play Fuck Marry, soon to be renamed Fuck Marry Kill, but we're gonna do it for board games. I think.
What if it's like what's a better analogy? What are you trying to say with that? That isn't so
it's just sad
misogynistic?
if you just say it like an upfront way, like enjoy forever.
Right, enjoy forever.
Like it once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, so basically it should be like forever.
I don't believe
guilty.
I don't believe in guilty pleasures either.
Right,
actually,
right,
I think we should embrace the things that we enjoy, and anybody that should make you feel guilty can go fuck themselves.
Well, we're still human.
But what if it's
right?
yourself that makes you feel guilty?
Yeah.
Then masturbate.
All right, it can't be the solution for all things. What happens after I masturbate? Now I still have all these problems.
Then you have even more conflicted feelings about yourself.
So anyway, it's going to be
close the window very quickly, and it's not as bad.
All right. Well, I don't know what to tell you. We're gonna just go with this anyway. So, Fuck Marry Kill for board games, or any sort of.
Well, let's hold on. Let's workshop this.
Games.
Let's workshop this because we can solve
Don't
this
you
problem.
have to pee?
Yeah, but we can solve this problem. It's more important than my bladder.
First, shouldn't we deal with the base economic problems of capitalism? I mean,
well, no, I'm not an economist. So first, let's
Milton
assume
Friedman.
Let's assume
Well,
that
like
everyone is a rational actor.
I like the construct of like loving something and then something that's like maybe sort of a hidden gem type thing.
How about
like an underrated and then an overrated? So maybe underrated, overrated.
Once a week, once a year.
Rated.
Once a week, once a year when I'm dead.
Once a week, once a year.
Sure.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Doesn't. Yeah. Sure. I'll say yes. Once a week.
I don't think that's the best answer, but
yeah, we'll work it out.
But it's way better than sort of like this misogyny laced.
Yeah. It was never the intent.
I know it wasn't, but still, let's be better.
I got you.
Let's
all
be
right,
better.
I'll
You
try.
asked what you could do.
Yeah. All right. Let's do
Renaming a shitty segment.
Wait, what was it?
Is like not difficult.
Once a day, once a week, once a year.
Once a week, once a year, when I'm dead.
Okay. Cool. Once a week, once a year, when I'm dead. All right. So for board games,
I don't know if that's good, but
no, it's fine.
That's good.
That's fine.
I'm
gonna
fuck this
Cards
system
Against
up, by the
Humanity
way.
for when I'm dead. We'll go right back to that.
Go right to dead? Okay.
Right to it.
Boy, yeah. I might be right there with you on that one.
I mean, the thing is, there's like, I can get like real esoteric, right? And be like,
well, you can.
So there's this Italian game about your pimps murdering each other's prostitutes.
Okay.
I believe it's called, I'm not even going to name it because I don't want you to ever go look it up. But
Fair enough.
Like that's like when I'm
did
dead.
That's
when I'm dead, but I feel like that's
mentioned.
No, it's a different one.
Oh, of course. There are
one's
several
not
pimp-related board games.
It's a genre.
Yeah.
Written by pickup artists.
Yeah.
Where'd those
Dressed
guys
like
go?
Chris Angel.
They should bring them back.
Oh my, they're out there. I actually had a girl.
Red Pill?
Online.
Or is it Red Pill or Blue
Yeah,
Pill? It's
Red
Red Pill, right?
There was this girl online who was like, "Do you know such and such?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess he's kind of a friend. You know, I sort of know him." And she's like, he believes in like that pickup artist social dynamics," and she basically wouldn't talk to me. And I was like, "Wow, how fucked is this guy that like me knowing him was a whole barrier of entry?" I was like, "Ugh, that is disgusting."
Well, the problem is, right? And this is a tough thing, right? Because we're on both sides of this in a sense that, like, for me, I do want to believe better of my friends. I do.
I wasn't shocked when I heard,
but
I just kind of regretted even saying I was friendly with him.
But like we struggle with how to process that.
Yeah.
And people that are presenting that are rightfully like, well, this shouldn't be a struggle to process, you fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a fair position to take.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I believe you. Does that mean we can't? And then, yeah, that is what that meant. But, you know, what are you going to do? It happens.
I would never want to wear all those big hats. I'm just not a hat guy. That's my main objection.
Okay. Boy, there's some things I guess I don't understand about the community. All right, so what was you said you
misogyny?
You picked that.
I tipped my hat when I said that. It was funny.
It doesn't pick up on radio.
It was funny if this was a video.
Yeah.
I doffed my fedora.
Right.
I doffed my fedora and said misogyny.
Nice. Yeah. I had a. Oh,
I'm going to go with Ticket to Ride for Love.
All right.
Do you know what?
Or once a week.
So can I tell you guys? Can I tell you guys about? Can I tell you guys
option?
about doff and don? It comes from the English for do off and do on.
Oh, nice. Sensible. Saving time.
Yeah.
Efficient. Love it. The one I would never again this is just me being, I would say Munchkin. Not really a huge fan of just like adorable gaming.
I don't know that
really.
one.
It's really awkward when you guys are like talking trash about people I know.
Yeah, I'm not talking trash about.
Well, just
anybody.
saying you'd rather be dead than play their game.
I mean, yeah, I guess I don't know enough.
Well,
games,
not that you'd
so.
rather be dead, but that you won't play their game until.
I mean, I would probably choose. I would
Munchkin?
choose Cards Against Humanity over Munchkin, but I wanted to pick something different for sure. So I don't know, but Cards Against Humanity, I could definitely never play again and be perfectly happy, especially Ron's version. Jesus Christ!
So I'm gonna subvert expectations and talk too much, shocking no one. Well, I guess that is the expectation to talk too much. I don't believe in like I'll never play a game, generally speaking, because I think that you can sort of get something out of the experience of playing a game that you might not be able to get otherwise, right? So it can be an experience of shared enjoyment with people. It could be an experience of discovering something. It can be an experience of being like, I can't believe that you enjoy this game, but I love you and you're laughing and that makes me happy, right?
I can feel the same way about movies. I'm like, oh my God, you love that movie. That's adorable, but ugh.
Yeah. But if that person was like, hey, like, do you want to come like do this thing with me? It would mean a lot. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell someone
you're gonna
not fuck
go.
off.
Yeah, like you'll play
I would
it.
still do it.
That's the thing is like I struggle with
paying,
this, like
right?
kill, whatever.
All right. So I
think the worst
never
games you
play
can
again.
still have fun with.
Yeah,
right? Like if you're with
except
the right
for the
people.
ones that are transgressive, which I guess I don't know a lot of.
Yeah,
so.
well, and then with transgressive stuff, like I feel like that just even transcends like the idea of like I'm not playing it because it's a bad game.
Or
I'm
even
playing
like
it because it's like
a game
made
I
by
could
a
never
horrible
play
person or whatever.
would be like Risk, just because the end game is so like
just
if,
sit in
if
Australia,
you're out
man.
of it,
Just sit
if
in
you're
Australia.
if you're out of it, you're basically not.
Right.
You're just watching other people.
That's
play.
what I like
And
about the
don't
modern
games
age
like
of
that.
games is that
Yeah.
I feel like at least all the games I played as a kid, it was like once you're out, you gotta go watch TV. That's it. Wait for them to finish up for the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
All right, so once a year game.
I'm going to say Mafia. That's not a board game, but
Werewolf, Werewolf Mafia.
Sure, Killer, yeah.
That's a good one.
Names,
That's a good one, actually. That's a good choice because
I'd play it more than once a year, but not too much.
Yeah, that's a good choice because it's a solid experience.
Yeah.
But like you have the experience, and then you're like, I'm good, and then you're like, I crave that again, and it's a while.
Right.
Oh, no.
You also need the certain set of people and the right circumstance. So.
I thought, no, the one game I never want to play again, I'd already thought of this. LCR.
Oh, yeah. Is that a game?
No,
some people think
definitely
it
doesn't
is.
count
That's
as
like
a game.
That's like saying roulette.
Right. Well, some people swear by it. They're like, how do you not want to play this? Like, because it's not a game. It's just me throwing dice.
Right.
Anyway, okay. Once a year. Gosh, I don't know. That's a toughie.
I think there are some other ones that might fall under it for me, like Mega Civilization with the full complement of players.
Okay.
So it is a massive game, 18 players.
Oh, shit.
For those of you familiar with Civilization, the computer game, which I assume almost everyone is, this was the board game that was
Spawned from it?
No, from before it. This was the inspiration
really?
for Sid Meier. But then there have been updates, and so someone made an update, or they collectively made this update to Mega Civ, and it's 18 players. It goes from Great Britain, the Isles of the United Kingdom Isles, all the way down to Southeast Asia. And it's this massive board.
So does this version also keep you from doing all of your homework in high school?
Way worse. So it's 18 players, and it's like at least an hour a player. And so the times that I have played it with the full complement of players, it has been a 20+ hour experience. And it's been amazing.
Yeah.
But it's not a thing that I'm going to do more than like once in a great while.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, I would say for me, God, I mean, I've just enjoyed playing it, but maybe Arkham Horror, just because it is such a long game and I'm not very good at it. But I would say when you get rolling, it's good, but it's so long. Like, it's just like...
Yeah, I could kill that one if I could kill another. It's just anytime we've played it, we've gotten through 2 rounds and then...
Yeah. We
gotta go to work tomorrow, man.
We played it again and got pretty good, because once you get a sense of
It's very fiddly. But once you have it... if you have someone who knows how to do all the things...
Right.
That was the problem.
Yeah,
no one
it's
knew
just,
how to do anything.
It's not that long a game. It's just incredibly obtuse until you get it.
There are so many rules like right off the, and the strategy is very not obvious until you like have played a bunch of it. So, but I mean, I enjoy it. It's definitely good. It's just like you have to be ready for that to be your afternoon.
Yeah,
it's definitely an effortful.
Yeah, I just like the idea of like co-op games, and I especially like to be able to play in a large group. There's not a ton of
check out Saboteur.
Okay, you recommended Avalon, which I purchased and was been a hit because that's sort of an advanced Mafia, basically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know,
I mean, the Mafia / werewolf formula of sort of like the secret trader type situation has been much more well developed across a number of other games.
Yeah. All right, now so the last one is once a week, the one that you love. You already said Ticket to Ride, Colin?
I'll go with Ticket to Ride. Yeah, I would play Seven Wonders, but I also like Ticket to Ride. When I go to my niece and nephews, we'll just play that all day.
Yeah.
So if we are with a broader scope that allows me to say Dungeons and Dragons, it is unquestionably by a million miles Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
If we are limiting it to more like
I
the
think
concept of
count.
Board and card game, I'm going to say Twilight Imperium.
All right. I've actually never played it, but it's definitely one of those like games up there, like the highest rated board game.
Possibly Chaos in the Old World. Those would be that's a tight race there.
Yeah, I'm determined to start playing Dungeons and Dragons sometime in the near future.
Seriously,
so
come by. Here's the thing: you had me on your podcast. I'll give you a month membership. So so you can start hanging out.
First sponsor, hell yeah, Home City Games. Check them out. They're on such Chapel Street.
760, like for like, follow
60.
for follow.
Yes, that's right. I would say
this is operating more like a kickback than a sponsorship.
I will say maybe to all of the events you invite me to.
Maybe it's a slap in the face. That's worse.
No.
No. For me, at least, it's I can't plan ahead more than a day.
Yeah,
and
but I'm keeping it on my Facebook calendar.
Right. Yeah, no, because I want to see it. Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like I use maybe as a very legitimate. Like I really don't know.
I want to keep getting
my
updates.
shit has been. Yeah, I want to know what's going on.
Right.
It's entirely likely that I'm gonna fucking be drunk or lost. Or
how about Decline? You ever use Decline?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I decline sometimes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If it's a personal level type thing,
right?
Yeah.
Like a party or a thing, like I'm not gonna bother declining like your band's show that you invited everyone to.
Yeah,
right?
Right.
I might do is just get added to my list.
Well, yeah. But no, if it's like a friend,
if it's a friend thing, if it's a thing, you'll have the decency.
Yeah. Well, it depends on which family
Decline.
member. But if it's like my mom,
I would say for me, the answer is probably Magic the Gathering. If money was like no object and I could like
Magic is an incredible game.
Yeah, like I've when I played with my friends, like some of that game is like so complicated, but also not, and it's so good.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
But yeah, it's a lot.
Where it is now, like when it started, it was like an interesting idea, and there was some cool stuff. But like the way that it has been refined over the last 20 plus years is 25 years actually. It's 25th year. I believe, is fucking nuts.
Yeah, I'm
like,
hoping
just incredible.
Next year I'll answer this with D&D, but right now it's probably Magic, just because I played it a bunch and I'm a big fan. And it's I don't really have a lot of cards just because I have what I play with my friends, whatever.
Well, I think the thing that sticks, and I think the other big one for me would be HeroScape. These are games that are more systems, if you think about it, right? Like like Magic is, like Ticket to Ride is great. It's a good game. It's a wonderful experience, but like I don't know that I need to play Ticket to Ride every week, right?
Right.
D&D is just like this fucking
universe.
World, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I say I don't know if D&D
behaviors more than a game. Yeah.
I don't know if D&D is like a reasonable answer, right? Because it's like
sort of.
Yeah, for sure.
Here's 900 pages of books.
Grandfather of it all for a reason.
And no, I mean Risk is older, man.
Well, fair. Yeah, Risk.
Twilight Imperium though too. It's a massive space empire building.
Have you ever played Puerto Rico? Is that one good? Because that's always
Puerto Rico,
super high.
Puerto Rico is a solid. It's a good design.
Yeah.
I think it was transformative when it came out.
Yeah.
I think it is a little long in the tooth.
Gotcha.
Worth playing.
Yeah.
Like definitely worth playing. Like don't buy it sight unseen.
All right. Well, I think we've come to the end here. Now that we're approaching hour 2, it's we're getting there. This has been great though. I think this will probably be split into 2 parts. I think it's the only reasonable way to do this. So, but that'll be fun.
So listeners right now know that it's in 2 parts because they heard the first part,
presumably,
and now they're listening to the second part. Yeah. So I feel like they already got that.
Okay, fine.
Reveal.
Sorry,
no, you're thinking he keeps it in original time order. He'll chop this up however he wants.
I like that.
It's gonna be split into 6 incongruent parts.
Yeah,
I would like.
He'll chop up individual words from your sentences.
I would like you to play Bird Note somewhere in the middle of this.
All right. Yeah.
You can just record it off NPR.
Yeah.
And I just want you to play Bird Note. Like it sings for environmental awareness.
Why was there a bird note in the middle? Now you fucking know why. All right.
Let's see who can do the Bird Note like intro whistling best. Go.
I don't know it. You're just whistling a bird sound?
That's pretty much what I was doing, yeah.
I don't know
it. That wasn't good either, but I don't know. I feel like whistling, it's really hard because it's a bird. It's literally a bird singing.
Anyway, if you're still tuning in, well done. I don't know why, but I appreciate you checking us out. This is the time of the show where I have people plug things if they have things to plug, which Colin doesn't typically. Do you have anything you want to plug, Colin?
Nope. Nothing.
Cool.
So Elm City Games, 760 Chapel Street. We're on the 2nd floor. Come hang out. We play games. If you were intimidated by any of the stuff, just let us know. We're friendly and super incredibly like inclusive and aggressively anti-shitty nerd culture.
Nice.
So people get thrown out for being shitty to people that don't know how to play.
And so what's the best way to
super inclusive? People get tossed out left and right.
Yeah, because they're fucking assholes. I mean, I don't believe that you can be intolerant.
It is not inclusive.
I don't believe that you can be intolerant of intolerance. What was that? We have a website, Facebook
email,
website. Yeah,
Facebook.
Email info@elmcitygames.com, Facebook.
All that jazz.
Whatever. Check out Killjoy. Which is don't check it out because it's not really a thing yet. But that's coming soon. Most recent release, I think, is the X-Files conspiracy theory game. Got a bunch of cool stuff coming up.
Dr. X-Files, your boss.
From Dr. X-Files, my boss.
That was pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Go to Quinnipiac and take Intro to Game Design.
Right.
Or Game
Matt
Design
gets
2.
4% of that money.
No, not even.
All right.
So how does the game-making process work?
Okay. You know what, Colin? That's enough out of you.
So you have an idea. You contract with someone in China. They're going to manufacture it. It could be domestic, but generally you're going to go in China, figure out the specs. You're going to go back and forth, get production samples, et cetera, et cetera.
You got to watch out for that Chinese New Year, too, because that'll really mess you up.
It really does, actually. It fucks a lot of people up.
Oh, I know.
You also got to watch out for Golden Week. Then
hit the fader, Josh. Where's that theme song?
Then you get it. Then you get it into warehouse somehow. You'll probably sell it into distribution. Distribution will then sell it to retailers. Retailers will then sell it to your consumers.
Damn it, Colin, why did you do that? Well,
all right, kids.
That is episode 5. All right. Thank you so much, Matt, for the honorable Matt Fantastic.
Were you about to shake my hand?
I was going to, but I'm like, it's not necessary. They can't see that. So.
There's like a table and microphones in the way as well.
Well, this is how you learn about podcasting. You just do it, and then now you know. Handshakes, not required, /
Hands
weird.
stay under the table.
Hands under the table on your junk. All right. Colin,
yeah, that's the only way that I'm not peeing on your desk.
Nice. Colin, thanks for co-hosting.
Yes, good to be here again.
All right, cool. Well,
yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
And we'll see. I'll play some D&D soon.
Make sure that you hit that subscribe and like button.
Yeah, that's right. Subscribe on iTunes or your favorite podcasting, etc. And check it out, between2rocks.com. I assume you've already seen that. So cool.
BTR 2018.
Bye.
Busy people and lots of yellies, Worcester hipsters and fat up townies. We have more than pizza in common, with 2 rocks for bookends. New Haven, between 2 rocks. Ba-da-da-da.